Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Ready to Love Season 9. What are we at? Episode 7, Episode 8. Sorry for the tardy review, but happy Sunday. I hope all of you are doing good today. I am doing well. Let's jump right in. So, the fellas are being challenged this week to introduce the ladies to their friends. I cannot believe we are already at this point in the season. Like, it doesn't even feel like that's where we are in the show, but that is where we are in the show. I don't see too much going. Normally by this juncture of the show, there's like a lot of strong connections going on. You know, you can usually kind of get a glimpse of who's going to be where. I'm just not seeing it this season. I'm not seeing it. As a matter of fact, they should have called this episode Who the Hell and What the Hell, because who are these people that they are inviting on these dates? Like, some people haven't even been on an actual date yet, and they have them meeting the friends. It's like, I don't know, something didn't go right this season. All right, I'm going to try my best to go in order, but some of these dates are broken up a little strange. So William has a meeting with his friends. They are married. I believe their names were Rashandra and Troy, but they are going to be meeting Maya. Maya is in tech. She says that she works from home. And so one of the things that they ask her is how does she feel about him being a comedian? Are you going to be able to support him? Is that going to fit your life? And she was just like, well, yeah, we've talked about it before. And, you know, I love to laugh. So I'm pleased with the fact that he's a comedian. Maya is kind of like a go along to get along girl. I can't really pinpoint what her strong stances are. Kind of just seems like she could bend and fold wherever. She just wants to have a serious relationship, and the other things I guess they will deal with as they come. They do ask her about the possibility of a long distance relationship since he is in the reserve. She says that they haven't discussed that yet, but she's open to it. I don't think Maya was really thinking that with him being in the reserve military. Some people don't know that when it comes to being activated, especially with going overseas or going on some type of order, usually it is going to be the reserve and the guard that get activated more so than an active duty person. Active duty people usually stay in whatever their zone is, wherever they are stationed to be. It's usually guard and reserve that may get uprooted from wherever home is for them, and then they will have to go elsewhere for sometimes 3 months, 6 months, sometimes a year, sometimes longer. It just depends. So that's something that they would have to talk about. They asked her if she's open to children. She says yes, she wants a big family. Even though she knows he already has 3, she wants some of her own, possibly 2, to which Rashandra is just like, oh, I mean, y'all gonna be a family of 7, but she wants a big family. So whenever she leaves, they do say that they like her. However, Rashandra expresses her concern with them having more children. And she asks William, do you even want more kids? We don't get to hear William's answer to that, but he is open at least to the idea of having children, or else I don't think he would be talking to Maya. But that seems to be the friend's only concern. But other than that, they said that they did like Maya. Okay, I am off work and y'all will hear my car in the background because I'm on the road. So the next date we have is with Justin, his friend. I may not remember all the friends' names, but just know they friend. This is a guy friend. I think his name was Kendrick. And he's going to be introducing them to Rashina and Mika. When Mika comes in, Mika makes a comment that her and Justin have been talking on the phone pretty consistently almost every day, but they haven't been on a date yet. And phone conversation does count for a lot, but y'all ain't been on no date yet, and you already meeting one of his friends. That's usually not how it goes on Ready to Love. Usually you have at least been on 2 or 3 dates. But okay. Something went wrong. Something went awry this season. But she's meeting the friend as well, along with Rashina. So when they get in there, of course, the friend asks, why do you like Justin? What do you like about Justin? And they both comment on his looks, but they also comment about what's the word of the day, y'all? What's the word of the season? You got it, his vulnerability. They like that he can be vulnerable with them, and they felt vulnerable with him. Then they have some strange conversation about, I guess, like, if you didn't want to be bothered, or if he didn't want to be bothered, how would you handle that? Mika says that when she don't want to be bothered, she put her phone on Do Not Disturb. And Kendrick asks, okay, well, how would you handle it if, if he wanted to do that, put his phone on Do Not Disturb? And she was like, oh, I'm texting anyway. You're going to have to let me in. You have to let me through there. But she makes the comment that if somebody is a priority to her, then Do Not Disturb, all of that other stuff doesn't matter. Rashina has similar sentiments, like if you're a priority in her life, then she's going to place you first. Once the two of the girls leave, the friend says that he kind of sees it more for Rashina than Mika. He feels like Rashina is a lot more open and ready to commit. He feels like with Mika, she has her guard up. I don't know. Were y'all seeing that from the interaction that they had? I thought that Mika was pretty expressive about what she wanted, but I don't know. He felt like Rashina was more open. So there's that. Now, this date, you would have thought happened at two separate times because of the way that they had it on the show, but it was all actually one day. It looked like it was 2 different days almost, but Alexis got there pretty early, and so the two friends of Chaz's got to talk to her first. They asked her if there was anything about her and Chaz that kind of stuck out to her, or anything that may have bothered her. And she was pretty cool for the most part with Chaz. She says that the only thing that may stick out is their 15-year age difference. I don't know why I didn't realize they had a 15-year age difference, but they do. Chaz was, dare I say, slightly perturbed by it. He was just like, I don't know why Alexis is mentioning our age difference, because I don't look my age and I got a strong back. I said, don't get irritated, Chaz, because when y'all talk about our age, y'all just expect us to take it. So you will go ahead and take it as well. I think sometimes with the fellas, especially if they're doing well financially, they just believe that their age just don't matter. Don't nobody pay attention to it. But yes, some women do still pay attention to it for their own reasons. But he says that shouldn't matter to Alexis, but maybe it does. And if it does, y'all can talk about it. When they get to the couch, by that time, Vanessa has arrived, and the two guys want to know how they feel about marriage. Alexis says that she is big on marriage. Marriage is very important to her, and she definitely wants to be married before she has children. Vanessa also is a supporter of marriage, but she does make a comment and say that sometimes, since she's been married before, sometimes you can get in those situations where you're paying so much attention to the marriage that you forget it's two people in a relationship and you forget to work on the relationship. I thought that was an interesting comment for her to make. I really would like to hear more about that and hear her expound upon it. But maybe we'll hear that in a later episode. So when the two ladies leave, the guys kind of lean more towards Vanessa as far as interaction, as far as their vibes, as far as like chemistry. They kind of lean more towards Vanessa personality wise. However, with Alexis, if you're ready to get married soon, that's going to be your best bet, because Vanessa sounds like she may have some hesitations. I don't know. I mean, I could hear a little bit of why they would think that, but I believe that Chaz and Vanessa need to have a conversation so that we can explore more about what she meant when she said that, because it kind of made sense to me. Like, some people get focused so much on, I guess, maybe like the business or the more like tangible sides of marriage, if that makes sense. I don't know. I've never been married. Rather than to work on like your emotional issues, the personal issues, maybe like separate emotional problems that can make your relationship better if you solve those. I don't know if that's what she's getting at, but I would love to hear her talk more with Chaz about it first, because I do think they are more compatible than him and Alexis. However, I think he does want children, and he does want to get married very soon. So there's that. Okay, I might be going out of order now, but this is another what the hell moment. Much like I wondered why Mika was one of the girls to meet Justin's friend, because they haven't even been out on a date, I'm wondering how Rashina got roped into this date here. Even Rashina is confused as to why she was invited. But Alonzo invites Patrice and Rashina to meet his best lady friend. And when Patrice comes in, she gets there first. They kind of start in talking about Alonzo's personality. She likes Alonzo's personality. She thinks he's amazing. She gets him in a way that maybe other people don't. She finds him to be funny, and she loves his jokes and all of that. And the friend is like, yeah, sometimes them jokes don't always land correctly, which is true. Rashida comes in and lets us know she hasn't really been on a date with Alonzo like that, you know, but she's kind of wondering where she stands with him because he is always joking. She can never really get to like a more serious side of him. But Patrice has gotten to a more serious side of him apparently, because during the date, she whips out a love note that he wrote her. And he was like, oh my gosh, like I could have kissed her right then. Well, Alonzo, that's really your only connection. I don't know what you brought Rashina for. Maybe so you could pad the date. I don't really know. But the friend does ask about having more children. Patrice is willing to start all over. She is willing to start all over. Good for her. And Rashina is not really interested in doing that. You know, she has already been married before, has 2 children. Not really something that she's necessarily trying to do. So in the end, of course, the friend feels like Patrice is a better match. They do genuinely seem like they enjoy being around each other, and the friend noticed that. So it's really Patrice. I don't even know why he invited Rashina, and Rashina don't know why he invited Rashina. All right, now I'm pretty sure this date is out of order, like I said, but the dates were all over the place. They were being chopped and screwed into each other. Child, it was a mess. Whoever did the editing I don't think they did a good job for this episode. But Vanessa goes out with Dominique and his friend. Am I crazy? Did I miss the connection between Vanessa and Dominique? Like, when did they get connected? I missed it. But they go out on a date, and the friend does ask immediately about children, because y'all know Dominique is all about children. So he's asking Vanessa about her having additions to the family. Is she family oriented? She's very family oriented, and she's definitely down for additions to the family. She knows Dominique wants more children. He was like, yeah, I told her 2 to 10, my 2 to 10. And she's down for that. Even though she already has children, she wants to have more children. So she's interested in doing that. Then they kind of go into this, the conversation pivots into like knowing Vanessa's history and knowing about her. He was like, oh yeah, dog, I scrolled all the way through. I scrolled about 3-4 months down the timeline on her Instagram page, and he was going to like something from months ago, but he didn't want to look like a creep. And Vanessa's like, you know, actually, I wouldn't mind if he... And he was like, wait, you want me to look like a creep? And she said, no, she won't mind if he tries a little bit harder, you know, show a little bit more interest, not be a creep, Dominique, but show a little bit more interest. And so he said, say less. Thank you, Dominique. Go ahead, show some interest in your girl. If you want to be liking pictures from 3 months ago, hey, turn your thirst on if you want to. Go ahead and like a picture from 3 months ago. Vanessa just wants to know that Dominique actually does like her. And I could see they were making eyes. You know, they definitely had something going on at the table. I just missed it. I missed it between these two. And did y'all see when Dominique raised his hands up? I was like, ooh, y'all, he got them short, thick baby hands. Didn't I tell y'all about them baby hands? I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just, don't sleep on the baby hand. But the friend likes her well enough. And what I like about Dominique is he just introduced one lady to his friend. You know, if you don't have a whole bunch of connections, ain't no need to bring another lady there that you barely talk to just so it can look like you got all these connections. Dominique brought one woman and one woman only, and I was okay with that. William, you gonna be one of them ones at the end trying to narrow it down. So William has gone on a date now with Alexis, Patrice, Maya. Was Vanessa involved in one of these dates? No. She was with Chaz. Okay. So now he got Alexis and Patrice, and they are meeting his friends, the married couple. I think it's Rashandra and Troy. I believe that's their names. They have a beautiful home. But they come over. Patrice brings flowers, so you know they got an extra point. And I don't know if production put Rashandra up to it. I said, Rashandra, girl, you been back there talking to Will Packard or nephew Tyler Perry? Which one was it? But she go ask, so what's been going on? What's been y'all's experience? Have y'all had any drama? I said, now, you know good and full well, somebody put her up to this. Patrice Patrice and Alexis give like a very generic answer. They pivoted well, and I'm glad they did, because really the main drama was, I know Koshia was some of it, but Patrice was the one who had made the comment at the, about Will or whatever. So Patrice is like, I try to stay away from drama as much as possible. And Alexis says, I'm not a drama-filled person, but I don't run away from it. I'm not confrontational, but I don't run away from a situation if need be. So then they move into talking about William. They do ask both of the ladies, can you be supportive? He is a comedian. Alexis says she would like to think of herself as a very supportive person. I noticed that a lot of her answers don't really have a lot of depth into them. Not that answer needed to get deep, but I don't know. Some of her answers just come off as like, I'm trying to sound, I don't know. I'm not describing it right. So let me just hush. Then Patrice goes, and Miss Hustler Patrice was just like, yeah, I can support him. Actually, we already had a conversation, because I got a Sprinter van that I drive around, celebrities, people that come in town, they working, they want a little transportation. And I already told him, let me know where you gonna be and hire me as the transportation, because then they can pay me my money and pay you your money, so we both can get a check. And they found that to be very funny, the couple did. So once they have all these little convos and laughs and giggles, Alexis and Patrice leave, and when it comes down to who the friends like, they did like Patrice a lot more. They felt like she would be more understanding of his life and his career. She didn't care about the age difference either. Patrice, like her, is a little bit younger. So all of that was good. And they kind of leaned towards Patrice a little bit more. But they also still like Maya as well. Okay, again, another what the hell moment. Like, what is Mika doing there? Even Mika don't know why Mika is there. Let me quit yelling. So LaRon has his friend King, who liked to party with him. They just went out last night. Meet up with, and you know what I noticed about King when the camera panned out? I said, both of y'all too young to be looking like this. See, back in my day, honey, when I was a young whippersnapper, my mid-20s, close to 30, back in my day, the men was a little bit more fit. Now, they wasn't as fit as them men in the 90s. Now, them men in the 90s, when I tell you, I was born in the wrong decade. I should have been born in the 70s. But, yeah. Y'all don't need to have that weight on y'all in y'all early 30s like that. For real. Especially not as no young men. Y'all still got your testosterone about you. That's in you to build muscle. You ain't pumped full of estrogen. This is for you to build. Estrogen put a lot of fat on you. This is for you to have muscle on your body. And that's how I know y'all party a lot. Y'all up late. Y'all going to Waffle House. Y'all eating catfish and grits and, wings and drinking Hennessy and all that sugar liquor. All that sugar liquor. And it's going right to your midsection. Y'all too young to have that weight on you like that. But anyway, okay. So they go on a date. Maya comes in and meets King, and Mika comes in confusion because she said, we've talked on the phone. Me and LaRon have been texting, but I don't really know what LaRon is on. I don't know if he's serious or not. And we think that about LaRon as well. So him and Maya are kind of on the same page. Like I said, Maya's so pliable. She on anybody's page for the most part. They talking about how they want to have fun, even though they're going to be in a relationship. It still got to be fun. We still got to be going out. No boring stuff. We still got to be. It's very much a conversation that I would have had when I think they too old to be talking like this. Personally, just me. You do need to have fun in your relationship, but it seems like every time LaRon talks, the fun is what always comes up. And then Maya just comes in and agrees with it. Yes, relationships, you should be having fun in your relationship. I agree with that. But there's other more serious things that need to be discussed as well. And when playtime is over, how we going to discipline ourselves in this relationship? And can we be disciplined within this relationship? So
I don't know. It's just something about LaRon. I still feel like he's not ready. Mika is trying to get herself out of the situation with LaRon, so she started making herself look undesirable during the date. She asked him, has he ever dated a woman with children? He was just like, no, but I think I can handle it. And she was like, oh, because my son wild. And he was like, I'll probably just, get rough with him, choke him. He said he was going to choke slam him, jokingly. And everybody was looking like, LaRon, wrong answer. But he childish. He childish, y'all. He probably tried to get in the bounce house with the boy. Nah, I would too, but LaRon's a different type of guy. So Mika is just like, well, you've never been with a woman with children, and that's a lot more serious. We don't even really know if you can really handle that, especially when you going out from Wednesday to Sunday. Then she look at King and asks if he also going out from Wednesday to Sunday. King was like, nah, I'm going out. I don't know about Wednesday to Sunday. And LaRon says, a lot of the ladies have this stigma against me going. It's not a stigma, LaRon. It's true. You said it. A lot of ladies don't understand. A lot of ladies don't like that. So when they ask about children, of course, Maya, she's willing to have children. And Mika says she ain't really on that. She's not really trying to have no kids. LaRon says, I feel like if you read the right guy, you gonna have that man, baby. Another very young answer. A young answer. And since I always, if I'm going to give it to the men, I'm going to give it to the ladies too. Rashina, I ain't really like that you was sitting at that table with Alonzo and his friend talking about, I'm not really trying to have any more children, but, I'm open to it for the right. No. If you're not trying to have no more children, you don't need to have any more children. Y'all be talking about having children like you're going to buy an Xbox. For the right man, I'll buy him the Xbox for Christmas. I might get him the new game system for Christmas. It just depends if I meet the right guy. This is a baby that's going to grow into a child, that's going to grow into a preteen, that's going to grow into a teenager, and that's going to grow into an adult. And you better do everything that you can to make sure they right so they can be a productive, functioning member of society and one day be out of your home. This is not a short-term lease. Y'all talking about it like, I could, maybe, I don't really know. Like we about to play a rousing game of Uno. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is crazy. So no, LaRon, you don't need to be thinking like that. Believe a woman when she tell you she don't want to do it. Now, if she on the fence and she been on the fence, that's a little bit different. But if she leaning more towards no, it's very high that it's a no. But enough about that, y'all. I mean, he really only compatible with Maya. And honestly, I wish he would have, for a funny turn of events, I wish he would have brought Koshia on there and the ladies was coming to meet her as his friend. But speaking of Koshia, let's get to the end of this episode. Okay, so we get to the end of the episode. Who you feeling, who you not feeling. The men go around who's a good fit for them, who their friends liked. Okay, so we already talked about that. But who we not feeling? Well, Mika's name does come up a couple of times. They feel like she's been really guarded with some of the guys. And some of the guys, she just been straight up like, you ain't got to talk to me at all. I'm not interested. And they not really feeling it. Vanessa's name does come up like once or twice that they don't really have any type of connection with her. Some of the fellas don't feel like they have any connection with her. Alexis's name comes up for specifically LaRon. Now, LaRon already said at the beginning of the episode, we got some snakes in the garden because he mad that his main boo had to leave before they could hash out their little love spec Koshia. That's really why he mad. But he found out that Will and Alexis have been conspiring via screenshots that Alexis took from the group chat that I guess is with the ladies, showed Will these messages. And ever since then, Will had a plan and a plot to get rid of Koshia for sure. He was not feeling old girl. So he believes they conspired together. He said he got the proof. And now we got to get these snakes up out of here. So Chaz, at least I think it was Chaz, or it could have been William. One of the fellas was just like, I want LaRon to let this go. Like, he keep bringing up these screenshots. He keep bringing up these messages. Oh, no. We bringing up the messages today. And why are we bringing them up? Because Alexis just swore up and down. She don't do no drama. She didn't do nothing with Will. All she did was tell him what the lady said. You acted like all you did was tell him during the elimination what he needed to do better. That's not what you did. You showing screenshots from a private group chat. I consider a group chat to be private, right? I'll give you a good example. There was this guy out here. Me and the ladies were in some of group chat, military group chat, just the girls. And he wanted me to show him something that was said in the group chat. Like, I think I was laughing about something. And he was like, oh, let me see what y'all be saying. Boy, I'm not showing you this group chat. Are you crazy? Oh, I ain't want to see it anyway. You wasn't going to see it. And you need to grow up and you need to stay out of grown women business. Think I'm going to let you see this group chat. You got your damn mind. So, anyway, LaRon said that his 5 people, and Tommy said, I only need one. Alexis, and Alexis. Dylan. Woo, child. He want Alexis gone. So Alexis does end up in the bottom 2 along with Mika. Alexis, when she gets there, she want to address the beef because she know her and LaRon got some. I heard you been talking about me. LaRon was like, oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure you heard from your boy, Will. And she was just like, what are you talking about? Like, he said, look, I heard about what you did with Will and how you was doing. She said, I did not do anything. I can't make Will behave. So y'all know how Alexis do it. It's not really her fault. All she did was tell Will what was said, and then Will decided to do what he wanted to do. But you showed some screenshots, and that's a little bit different than just talking to somebody in an elimination. But LaRon says, we got that cleared up. The fellas feel like they not really sure about you, especially now that you done got mixed up in a lot of this drama. A lot of people not really sure where you stand and what they want to do when it comes to you, right? So then on the flip side, you got Chaz talking to Mika and telling Mika some of the guys feel like you come off guarded or like you're not really interested. And she was like, I'm not. I said, Mika. She said, I'm not going out on any dates with somebody I'm not interested in and I don't have chemistry with. That's a waste of my time. And it's really a waste of their time, too. That's a waste of time. So I'm not doing it. And Chaz was like, well, how do you know you don't have chemistry? Because I know I'm not interested. So, y'all, I'm laughing. I'm laughing my behind off at Mika because she be so serious about it, too. She be looking like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not doing that. So it ends up being Alexis is not ready to love. And they keep Mika around. And Mika say she gonna continue to move like she been moving and go on the dates with the men she want to go on the date with. I mean, hey, do what you do. But if you don't take the advice of the people during the elimination, usually you end up eliminated at some point in time very soon. So we'll see what happens with Mika. I think this might be her 2nd time at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys let me know. Do you think she should have took some of Chaz's advice? Were you okay with Alexis leaving? I don't think she had any strong chemistry with anybody. Dominique was trying to vouch for her in the end, but I think it's because she's young. She doesn't have any children. She's fertile. So, Dominique is trying to hold on to as many fertile women as he can. But you guys let me know what you thought about the episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.